In boxing, the question which is always raised is who the best fighters on the planet are. Today, we will dissect who deserves to be on this prestigious list, as the competition for the top 10 spots is fierce considering the mega fights that have taken place this year. They often say, no risk, no reward. Some of the risks taken this year have pushed some of these fighters right up the list, but as some go up, others must fall. Who will be the fighter recognized as the best? Keep watching to find out. Number 10. Teofimo Lopez. At just 25, Lopez is a two-weight world champion. But not only that, he's also achieved the rare feat of taking out the top guy in both divisions. This year was the former undisputed champion in Josh Taylor. Many people doubted the US native boxer, as he had an underwhelming performance in his previous fight against Sandor Martin. Some fighters fight to the level of their opponents and get up for certain fights. As Teofimo's career unravels, it's becoming more evident that he might just be one of those fighters. He was able to put on a masterclass on June 10th, displaying all the skills in his arsenal, picking up the unanimous decision win against Lopez. He has then gone to announce to the world that he is retiring from the sport of boxing. He's achieved what most fighters who laced him up won't, but it's fair to say that this retirement will come premature, but we'll have to wait and see what he does. Number 9. Jermell Charlo. Following his rematch win over Brian Castano, Charlo cracked the list at number 9. His stoppage win over the rugged Argentine confirmed his status as the world's best light middleweight.
And now, the undisputed.
You gotta respect me now. You got no choice but to respect me now.
He then took on a mammoth of a challenge in fighting the legendary Canelo Alvarez. Not only did he take on an all-time great, but he moved up not just one, but two weight classes to do so. He ended up being dominant, a one-sided masterclass that saw him silence the home crowd in Melbourne. And then, he did it all over again. But with every belt now his property, can Haney move further up the list with wins over other top-class lightweight contenders? After a controversial win over Vasily Lomachenko, the Las Vegas native comes in at number 7. All respect goes to Devin, as it seems he'll be moving up to the 140-pound division, taking on one of the main guys in Regis Prograis. Usually when fighters move up, they take a tune-up just to get a feel at the weight, especially after being in such a tough contest against Loma. But not Devin. He's going straight for the big fish. Number 6. Errol Spence Jr. With an impressive late stoppage over Yordenis Ugas in April, Spence provided a reminder that he's still one of the world's leading fighters. His dream showdown with Crawford could have launched him up the rankings, but for now, he holds on to 6th following his defeat to Terrence. Spence has stated that he'll try and get his back against Bud later this year, and we'll have to see what unfolds, but we must remember he was a unified welterweight champ and is still one of the best fighters in the world despite the loss. Number 5. Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's brilliant 8.5-year win streak and achievements, and the fact his recent defeat at Dimitri Bivol's own weight class means it's hard to push him down the list too far. Canelo returned to his winning ways in December by defeating his great rival Gennady Golovkin, but the points victory is not enough to move him back into the top 3. Following that up with a dominant distance win over John Ryder doesn't boost his rankings. He then fought Twin Charlo on the 30th of September and simply schooled him, and even dropped him in the fight, retaining his undisputed status at the 168-pound division.
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Number 4. Dimitri Bivol. After entering this list earlier this year with a dominant win over Canelo Alvarez, Dimitri Bivol earns the number 4 spot thanks to outclassing a top rival at 175-pound division in Gilbert Ramirez, who was an undefeated fighter. The fans long for an outcome between him and the deadly Arthur Beterbiev. As they both get up there in age, hopefully they can provide that showdown for the crown and show who's really the king of the light heavyweight division. Number 3. Alexander Usyk. After flat out dominating the entire cruiserweight field to become the undisputed world champion, Usyk required just a few pro bouts at heavyweight before rising above and dethroning former pound-for-pound top 10 resident Anthony Joshua for most of the heavyweight division's belts. Joshua upped his game in the Saudi-Turin Arabia rematch, but Usyk found yet another gear to finish his first successful defeat and will now chase Tyson Fury down to make that legendary undisputed heavyweight fight. Number 2. Naoya Inoue. The monster didn't just ace his test against Stephen Fulton, he ran right through it. Moving up in weight, Inoue delivered an electric 8-round TKO of Fulton.
Right hand hurts him! Oh, a huge right hand from the monster!
Crowned the new unified WBC and WBO Super Bantamweight Champion of the world, and he made it look easy. He is now a 4-weight world champion, and the sky's the limit for where he could be once he decides to hang up his gloves. Number 1. Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Terrence Crawford gains the number 1 spot as he puts on a show-stopping performance against his counterpart Errol Spence. Most fans and analysts had it at a 50-50 fight, but what would actually happen in the ring was truly something to behold. Bud is now the first male fighter to be the undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. He holds an undefeated record of 40-0, stopping 31 of his opponents, giving him a KO ratio of 78%. The man is just truly a beast, and it looks like no one will be able to slow him down anytime soon. Thanks for watching, fight fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe.